Hello, Ambassador. Good, how are you? Good. Thank you so much for inviting us today.
Thank you.
So this is Festival of Indonesia?
Yes, welcome.
Actually, I think this is the first time to put this kind of festival downtown in Seoul.
Well, of course, we are really proud about Indonesian culture with its diversity, and we really want to share this culture with the Koreans. So that's why we organize this, and I think it's been great.
So is there any booth that I can experience Indonesian culture myself?
Yes. Let's go around and see some exhibitions.
Yes.
Let me just introduce you to my wife, Nila.
반갑습니다.
네, 안녕하세요. 반갑습니다.
Welcome to our booth.
Oh, it's beautiful here.
Yes, we have handicrafts from all over Indonesia. For example, we have batik. Batik is a technique of how to make design. Batik. But the designs, there are many designs from Java and all kinds of techniques. Also printing batik, writing, drawing batik. So there are many kinds of technique. I'd like to show you one of our creation from Indonesia.
Beautiful.
This is called rang-rang. Rang-rang. It is made also by weaving, and you put it like this. Here, I'll show you. So, it's like this.
Thank you.
Okay.
And I love the texture.
Yes.
And color too.
This is called songket. It's also made of weaving.
Oh,
Beautiful clothing.
yes, I love the pattern.
Oh, thank you.
How do I look?
Oh, you look so chic. Elegant, ready to go out.
Yes, I am.
감사합니다.
What's
이뻐요.
What's
이뻐요.
This is the small and medium enterprises from Indonesia. I think about 35 of them are here. They promote different kinds of products, and this is a kind of a very innovative product. This is real wood. You should try one.
I try it.
Try, yeah. I also try one. See, it is nice. And also, they have
I like it.
very nice watches, and all from wood. It's a very durable.
So the wood is from Indonesia?
Yeah, Indonesian
I see.
forest.
Could you tell us more about Indonesian wood?
As you know, Indonesian archipelago, we have 17,000 islands more, and we are on top of the equator, right in the middle of the world.
Right, right.
So naturally, we have tropical rainforests. Don't forget, Indonesia is the second largest biodiversity country in the world.
I have no idea.
So it's different kind of wood. For example, this one. This is called sonokeling.
Sonokeling.
Sonokeling, and you can only find it in Indonesia. You cannot find this wood in any other place. It's beautiful, huh?
It is.
So this is companies from East Nusa Tenggara. Let me introduce you to one of this lady is the owner of this company.
Hi.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. So did you come here all the way?
Just
here
to show you.
Wow.
Just to show you the richness of our ikat weaving.
How did you feel when you first arrived here?
I feel great. I'm excited. I'm one of the fan of drama Korea, the Korean drama. Yeah, so I'm waiting to go to Doksogung.
Doksugung.
Doksogung, yeah, to see where the goblin sat.
Yeah.
Sitting set, yeah.
So show us your product.
Yes, nowadays ikat weaving become very famous. People make it dress. And what happened is that when they cut the clothes, the leftovers are thrown away.
Right.
Right? And that's become a waste. And I want to do something with that. I make them into earrings. And then the necklaces as well, and also the bracelets.
Oh, I like
So
it.
that's how we start the business.
Oh, I see.
And here's one of the example of the necklaces that I made. So actually, I cut from the ikat weaving, and then we have some brooch. So you can use it like a necklaces like this, or as a brooch. So this is a multi-purpose necklaces. Yeah.
Would you like to try?
Do you want to
Yes,
try? Do you want to
yes.
try? Yes.
I
Can
love
I?
it.
Can I put it on you?
Sure.
Yeah, very nice.
What do you think?
It's beautiful. How do I look?
Oh, you look gorgeous as always. You're pretty.
Thank you.
이쁘다.
고맙습니다.
So on the stage we have traditional performances every hour.
Oh,
So from different areas, different provinces of Indonesia. And this one happens to be from Aceh. Aceh is the most west part of Indonesia.
Okay.
So it's on tip of the island of Sumatra. And this is called the Saman dance. And this is very unique because it doesn't need any musical instrument.
Right.
The dancers are their own musical instruments with different stroke and different tap.
Right, right.
Hey, I have a guest from Arirang TV, and why don't you show her how to do that moves? Okay, please.
Okay, so
Miss Kang. Go
should I
ahead.
sit here? Okay, all right.
So first we do up and then down, cross, open, and then give me chocolate. Like
Okay,
so.
all right.
Start from the beginning.
Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8. Up, down, cross, open, up, down, cross, open, and give me chocolate. Shoulder, cross, shoulder, out, and stop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah, you did very well.
Thank
You did
you.
very well. And this is my daughter, Aini. This is Miss Kang
Nice to meet
Sun
you
Woo
too.
from Arirang TV.
Oh yes, hello.
Hello, nice to meet you. So I had fun learning your traditional dance, and I heard you singing along the dance.
Yes.
Does the lyric have some meaning?
Yes, what we sing is like Islamic teachings, but also about moral values. And then we give thanks about, this is Aceh dance, so we give thanks about the fertile land and everything that God has given us.
I see. I've heard that you are also putting a lot of efforts promoting Indonesian culture here in Korea.
Yes, I'm really grateful that the Korean people are interested in our dances too and our culture. We have Korean people who also join our classes every Saturday. So this is my group, KTTI. It's actually 10 years old, I think
Wow.
this year. So they've done this longer than I have been here, but we welcome everyone who wants to learn. We perform at festivals around Korea as well. We also do gamelan music, which is the traditional Indonesian music. Actually, these are the instruments.
Oh, could you introduce some gamelan music for our viewers?
Yes, of course. This is Javanese gamelan. Here, we go over here, careful. This is called the bonang, bonang penerus. Like that.
It's beautiful. Thank you so much for introducing Indonesian traditional dance and also instruments as well.
Thank you very much for enjoying it.
I'm really looking forward to you promoting more Indonesian culture here in Seoul.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. 고맙습니다.
This is fun.
Yeah, so I think this is a great opportunity for Koreans to learn Indonesian culture.
The exchange of cultures is very important.
Right.
We can learn each other from each other.
Do you have any more plans to promote Indonesian culture here in Seoul?
Yes, many. But for that, let's move to my residence so that we can talk more about it.
Oh, yes, sure.
Let's go. So, welcome to my residence, and we are happy to have you here.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting us. You have such a lovely residence.
Thank you. And please have some tea. This is an Indonesian jasmine tea.
Oh, I see. Thank you, Ambassador.
Okay. It smells very good.
Yes, it does. And it tastes really nice. I
Yes.
love the fragrance. So how long has it been since you came here to Korea?
We arrived in May 2017, so it's
Okay.
a little bit more than 3 years.
So it's been slightly over 2 years since
Yes.
you came here. What is your most memorable memory so far?
Well, actually, there are a lot of memorable memories. President Moon Jae-in made a visit to Indonesia, and our President Joko Widodo also visited South Korea last year in September, and he will come again this November. Of course, personally, in July 2017, I presented my letters of credence to President Moon Jae-in. And at the time, although I knew that the tradition in Korea, apparently when a foreign ambassador came to the Blue House to present his credentials, he would do that without a family, right? Just the ambassador.
Right, right.
So I asked politely whether I could bring my wife and my daughter. And few days before the day, we got a call from the Blue House, and they said, Ambassador, you can bring your wife
yes?
and your daughter. So, yeah, so 3 of us were there. And yes, I remember the first thing he said to me was that, Mr. Ambassador, you are a lucky man. You have a beautiful wife and a beautiful daughter. So yeah, that is quite memorable.
And do you travel a lot here in Korea?
Yes, we did. We do. We love going to the city. Going by bus, by subway.
Oh.
I also travel to other cities, of course, all across Korea, and I have a map in my office. What I do is, for example, I travel today from Seoul to Busan. So I put one pin in Seoul and one pin in Busan, and get a thread with let's say a color white. And tomorrow, if I go to, for example, let's say Daejeon, I put another pin in Daejeon and I take a different color thread. So after more than 2 years, now I can see the thread is everywhere, and I know which part of Korea I haven't been to. So then I will try to make a trip to that city.
That must be a great souvenir for you.
Yes, that's well. I always do that wherever I'm posted, and at the end of my term, I would, frame the map, and I put it in my home in Jakarta as a memory.
And I'm very sure that you've had a lot of plans when you were first appointed here to Korea. What is your main focus as an ambassador?
Number one is, of course, closeness between the two countries politically, and also between the two leaders must be translated into mutually beneficial transactions or activities. And I'm very happy because in November 2017, when President Moon Jae-in visited Indonesia, two presidents agreed to elevate the status of the relationship between our two countries into what we call special strategic partnership. So that's number one. Number two, of course, the economy. Economy is always important. Indonesia today is in that crossroads. Indonesia is a fast developing country. Indonesia today is already the largest economy in Southeast Asia. But we need to do more. And we have a very young population.
Right.
So we need to do a lot of things to move our economy forward. And that's where Korea has the advantage and can help us, especially with foreign direct investment. I always say to Korean business people that do invest in Indonesia, and you will have a very talented young workers. And then you are close to natural resources, because Indonesia is very rich in natural resources. We have all kinds of minerals. The last priority is, of course, socio-cultural relationship. The number of Koreans living in Indonesia is about 40,000 people.
Okay.
The other way around, Indonesians living in Korea, the number is also 40,000.
Oh.
So, and to me, these people are the assets to forge closer relationship with, better understanding. The difference is, in Indonesia, these 40,000 Koreans, they live in Indonesia for a long time. Just in the festival in Indonesia just now, I met a lot of young Koreans who were born in Indonesia. Actually, last year I organized an event, and we agreed to establish an organization called KISS, KISS, Korea Indonesia Sahabat Sejati, Korea Indonesia True Friends. And this organization is for those young Koreans who were born in Indonesia or who have lived in Indonesia for a long time. In the meantime, Indonesians living in Korea, most of them, like 90% of them, live here only for a short time because they are workers. And I really want them, after their time in Korea, when they are back home, they will be successful. So we have started a program early this year that would provide them with additional knowledge, such as how to start a business, what kind of business which are now in Indonesia good business, things like that. My idea is, if we can inspire these young people, if we can motivate them, I want them to become successful business people who started a company and provide jobs to others. So that is the vision, and then we work with so many institutions in Indonesia as well as in Korea.
Ambassador, do you have some future projects that you would like to absolutely achieve during your post here?
Yes, based on my observation in the past 2 years, I think there is one area that Indonesia and Korea can work together. Korea is an aging population, while Indonesia is a very young population. And I have visited quite a number of senior homes in South Korea, in Seoul, Busan, Daegu. My observation is that actually you don't have enough caregivers. When I work in the United States, in California, they have what they call CNA, Certified Nursing Assistant.
Right.
And I think we can work together and because in Indonesia we have so many young people with good training in nursing. So if we can work, for example, to get some sort of certification from a Korean institution, so that we can have as many Indonesian caregivers as possible. So that will help a lot to the nursing home or senior homes. And this is one area I think that will benefit the Korean people, but of course also benefit many young Indonesians.
I see. Ambassador, what are your principles or philosophies as a diplomat?
I always say that talking to each other is always better. And I think that goes beyond just diplomatic profession. I think I also lead my life that way. I try to talk to everybody so that I can be friend to whoever or to anybody. So in a diplomacy, I think talking or communication, of course, is the name of the game. And therefore information is the currency And that's why a good diplomat, I think, should always learn new information, new knowledge, and that's what makes this profession very challenging, but at the same time, very satisfying.
I truly admire your philosophy.
Oh, thank you.
Ambassador, thank you very much for sharing your insights with us today.
My pleasure.
And I really looking forward to all of your future projects coming true.
Thank you.
How do you say goodbye in your language?
Sampai jumpa lagi.
Sampai
jumpa
jumpa
lagi.
lagi. Okay. Sampai jumpa lagi.
Perfect. Sampai jumpa lagi. Terima kasih.
Thank you.